Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Rosalind.
And welcome to Ultimately You, the chat show, podcast, and YouTube channel. Here is today's episode. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ultimately You with Rosalind and Amy. This week, I finally got you in the kitchen.
You are.
So, last week's podcast was really all about weight loss and food and mindset. So, I thought, well, why not bring it in? Because Rosalind's been dealing with clients, especially with weight loss, for what? Most of your 17 years now?
Well, probably a good part of probably 8 years of it, at least, is like predominantly been weight loss.
Yeah.
It's, mainly.
And it's really been people like me, intelligent women, busy women that think, why on earth can I not just get my together with food? And obviously we've talked about mindset and all of that. So actually what we wanted to do is get in the kitchen and just show you how it doesn't have to be complicated. And Ros cooks everything, don't you? You absolutely love to cook, but you didn't always love to cook.
No.
So we're kind of both wanting to just show you guys how simple things can be and how weight loss and eating healthy and nourishing the body does not have to be complicated.
That's right, because I think people make it too complicated. And I know when I was thinking about losing weight, well, not thinking about, really desperately wanted to lose the weight, the biggest thing for me was that I almost knew that what I was eating was wrong.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't want to listen to people that told me what to eat because I felt that I got that.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of the fact of, yes, I needed the head work doing, but I also wanted things to be made simple and easy.
Yeah.
And I found that people just say, well, eat this, eat that, and it has to be, all your greens and, and that put me off.
Yeah.
So the way that I've worked with my clients is to try and do everything as easy as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So that, as well as working with the mind, we have the mindset then of, oh, this is easier than I thought it would be.
And you can continue.
And which is brilliant. So, and I know today, you sort of was talking to me about what was I going to cook. And I said, you know what I found one of the best things, because I have clients that either don't want to eat breakfast or they're on the go. A lot of my clients have been people that are busy working, that busy mums. We're all busy, to be quite honest. And, what can I take to work with me?
What's quick?
What's quick, and what's healthy.
Yeah.
So I love vegetable omelettes, I really do, and I just think they're so easy, so quick, and you can even cook this with your tea on an evening. So to start the process, I've literally put a teaspoon in of, I like to use coconut oil, because one, I like the taste of it.
Yeah.
You can actually put butter in if you wanted to, but because they've both got saturated fats in.
Yeah.
But I like the taste of the coconut oil. So 1 teaspoon is enough. I've already chopped my veg for ease.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is a vegetable omelette, and then I'm going to sandwich it.
Okay.
And I'm going to use feta and tomato, although avocado is great as well. So just to start, I've chopped some onion up, and I say chopped, I've diced it quite small. I've used courgettes and red pepper. It doesn't matter which pepper you use.
Yeah.
I'm not so keen on the green as much, where some people like them. So you can use what you like. Put spring onions in if you like. Put red onion in, it doesn't matter. So now the temperature on a medium heat is just starting to warm up, I can feel it. So I'm just now going to place everything just slowly.
And I think that's the beauty, isn't it? Because we've both been on a weight loss journey. You're done with yours now and helping others with theirs. But we were both of the same mindset when we started out, which was, we know what to eat.
Yeah.
But how do I make it fit in my life? How do I make these changes? Because we all don't want to go out and start spending a fortune on chia seeds and this, that and the other and the latest fix. We want it to be easy, lifestyle, can cook with ease. So what would your tip be then for somebody that wants to start to change the way that they cook?
I would say take it slowly.
Okay.
So I would say clear out your cupboards of your junky stuff.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying junky stuff, it's the stuff that, stuff that you've not used for a long time. And a lot of people have got, and and I do it, a lot of out-of-date stuff in that you're not going to
ever use.
That's right. So have a clear out and just do one cupboard at a time. It doesn't have to be a massive shift. And start to, change things gradually. So what we can often do is what you've just pointed out is jump in far too quick, and you go and buy all of these, packet things, and I've done it and spent a fortune before I realised on all these recipes. It's like finding something that you like and just changing one or two things a week, and that's enough. It's like making a shopping list.
Yeah.
Think about what you can cook and think about what you've already got in.
Yeah.
And then when you go to the supermarket, it becomes cheaper actually.
Yeah, because you're not buying as much.
Exactly, because you know what you're buying. You're not going to be tempted with other stuff.
Yeah.
And this is a gradual process. Because like with the weight loss, I always say that I don't talk diets, because diets are deprivation, they make you miserable. The 3 letters of die, firstly, aren't they? And you feel like death, don't you?
Yeah.
And your willpower gives up after a couple of weeks and you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
So don't start thinking this is the be all and end all. I've got to do this. This is a crazy fix. It's not about that. Quick fix diets never work long term. No. They don't. If this is a lifestyle change, then you've got to implement things slowly. So I would say start to cut down on your carbs, on your bulky stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying cut it out at all. What I am saying is the bulky stodge. Start to cut that down a little bit and introduce a little bit more vegetables.
Yeah.
Go on a 9-inch plate so that you're not, it looks, you've got enough.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, well, I've got this big plate, because dinner plates have got bigger over time, and you're not looking as though, well, I've got the amount of a tea plate on a big plate.
Yeah.
So 9-inch in diameter is about right for your dinner plate, and then, like I say, instead of 3 scoops of pasta, just put in maybe 1 or maybe 2, but it's less than what you was having. And don't jump in saying, I'm on a diet, so I can't do this. My husband used to do that, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me sharing this, that he used to say, I'm on a diet, he's just eating salad. And he would lose 2 stone, but he would put that 2 stone straight back on again when he had the mindset that he wasn't on a diet. Because then he didn't want to eat. He'd absolutely exhausted himself for salad. Yeah. Because he thought that that's all he could eat to lose that weight. And he was right, but it wasn't sustainable.
No, and not enjoyable.
It wasn't in moderation. So everything, moderation is key here. So this now is that I've just turned the heat up a little bit, and I will do again, just to cook through. Yeah. So what we're getting here is everybody likes the vegetables different. So I like them with a bit of a crunch, but not too much.
I'm with you there.
But you don't want to overcook them where you're eating your omelette and you're tasting, even if it's not burnt, when it's brown, it's not that nice. So we're just cooking it through a little bit more now. So what we're doing is just making them a little bit more soft. Yeah. But because I've cut them small, they don't take long. And another thing is, when you're making an omelette and you're sandwiching it, if your vegetables are too chunky, when you go to turn it, it breaks up easier. So I always avoid that as well. But I like it all to be part of within the egg. So it'll still be in the egg if you're having chunky veg. Yeah. It's just not as easy to manipulate it over. So,
how many weight loss specialists do you hear go, take it slow?
Yeah.
Because it's a change, it's a huge change, especially if you're a mum and you've also got to consider what the family are eating perhaps.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out doing a really expensive shop for it to go to waste either.
Yeah, and what you have to remember is it's all right, it's really nice to have lots of vegetables and feel really good about that shopping trolley. But if you haven't planned your meals, and you can feel good about that shopping trolley, but you're not going to feel good with how much you've spent when you're throwing it in the bin. Yeah. If you've not prepared yourself. So if you like a pasta dish, then have a pasta dish. If you like a casserole, have a casserole. If you like a curry, do that. But think about, what am I realistically going to eat this week?
Yeah.
Not that what the guru tells you or
Yeah.
the next best
The
diet is
ideal.
going to be.
Yeah.
Because you know what, you can spend far more on that healthier food if you're not wise with it.
Yeah.
And like with your fruit, not everybody likes a ton of fruit.
Mm.
If it's like me, I have to have everything in moderation because my stomach just can't take it.
Yeah.
You know? So now it's just starting to soften a little bit. And I've just realised that actually I can put some spinach in this. So I'm going to just grab some spinach. This is why it's all live.
But that's what you want, you know, when you're cooking, you should be able to add things and enjoy cooking, and it shouldn't be hard work, if that's the right phrase I can use.
Yeah.
Because you don't stick to hard work, do you? And we all know what we should and shouldn't eat. We all know what's good for us or what's not good for us. But
Yeah.
we need to know how it fits with us and how our lifestyle works around that. Because that's when we're really going to stick to it, make changes and enjoy the food more. Because we love food. Like, believe me, anybody watching, we love food.
Yeah. And it's the big part of most people's life. So when you start depriving yourself of that, you know, I used to be at the point where I started disliking going out for meals because I thought I'd blown it.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I really don't want to go out. Because if I go out, then that means I'm going to end up having a dessert or at least a 3-course meal. That's if I was good, you know. And I was a steak, pie and chips girl, so that was what I was going to have. And if they've got apple crumble and custard on the menu, I'm in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it is. And so I think that's where I identify with my clients that let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Let's take it one step at a time. I'm just going to put some salt and pepper in for taste now. Not too much at this stage, but this is where we have to be realistic with ourselves of what we want.
So it makes us happier.
Well, the thing is, the society now especially, there's so many more restaurants available.
Yeah.
We spend our lives socialising in.
Around food.
We do, whether it's in a coffee shop or whether it's in a nice restaurant or a bistro, wherever it is, you know, people meet up and they love to have meals out.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't need to stop that.
No.
I do that probably more now
Than
than
ever
I
before.
ever did, and my weight stays the same.
Yeah.
Because I don't deprive myself. My taste buds have changed as well.
Yeah.
And I'm wiser with what I'm picking.
Yeah.
And I'm more in tune now I've lost weight with my body.
Yeah.
So I know what suits me, where before I just used to shovel it down because everything was a treat.
Yes.
And that is not the right thing to do. That, you know, that's not a good mentality to be in. So now this has started to soften now. And as I say, I like it with a bit of a crunch. So that's why I've left. So I've also put the spinach in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to use 2 eggs for this. So I think eggs are brilliant. You know, we can use them in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And they're filling.
Yeah.
You know?
Such a staple.
They are, yeah. So I'm just going to whisk them together. So I've now just still got it on a moderate heat.
Yeah.
So, because we don't want to burn the omelette, we want to cook it through. So as that's all whisked, I don't put anything in with the eggs at all. I used to always use milk, you know, but that's not something that I do anymore because I don't sort of drink cow's milk anyway, and I found that I don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to change there so that I can manipulate with the spatula. So we just wait, what we're waiting for now is for it to become firm on the top.
Yeah.
But as it starts to cook more, then I start to manipulate it underneath so it doesn't stick. Because I don't want to add any more oil. I've
Yeah.
already put my oil in, and I've already cooked that in the veg.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're getting too much. So, and that's not where we want to be. I'll just move these over there.
It does smell good. Not that anybody else can smell this, but it does smell good, for the record.
So what I also like to do is I like to have some, I'm a herb girl, and this is a personal choice.
Yeah.
Basil is my ultimate favourite, I'll be honest. But what I've decided to do is put some oregano in, because I like that, and it's one of the mint family still. Marjoram is good. You can use dry or fresh. I always like fresh if I can, depending what dish I'm cooking. So I'm going to put a sprinkle of that in now. So this is just chopped oregano, just chopped into little bits, and just sprinkle it around. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit more salt.
And it's not just adding it for the sake of, oh, I've got oregano in it. It is adding it because food needs to taste good. We need to enjoy it.
Oh, this is the thing. That is, the ultimate key, Amy, is I love food now far more than I ever did. Because now I've got over the old fact of, oh my God, that nutritionist is telling me to eat whatever. And that's nothing about nutritionists, because I'm actually trained in nutrition. The fact is, I wasn't ready for it.
No.
I didn't really want to know that, if you know what I mean. And I didn't realise how tasty everything could be, because they always say, well, you know, if you eat something skinny, that you've took everything out of, all the goodness has been taken out of it. Do you want something skinny, or do you want something nice, something diet or something? I can't remember what the phrase is. And actually I fell into that trap.
We all do.
Believed that.
We all do, I think, because, you know, when you've got so many opinions on food, we forget the key part, which is it's for enjoyment. It's nourishment, but we are, as you just said, a society that socialises around food.
Yeah.
You know, we're as guilty as anybody. Oh, do you want to meet for a coffee? And well, yes, okay. We've not changed our behaviour, but we've changed what we eat and what we do. But I guess eating out is a whole new podcast, because, you know, again, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about enjoying food.
Yeah, and even like our barbecues and dinner parties, we actually, my husband and I, when we did lose the weight and we started changing our eating habits, we was a bit bothered that how would other people feel about it. And to our surprise, they started to change their eating habits. What we did, we didn't force it on anybody.
No.
We did some dishes of what we may have had before, but less of.
Yeah.
And then we added in some of the veggie stuff, a bit more vegetables, more pulses and nuts and things. And then lo and behold, them same people said, oh, we've started cooking that now, or we've started buying this now. And it's like, oh, we were shocked.
Yeah.
Because we thought, you know, you don't want to force anybody to change.
No.
You know, and I just like to help in any way I possibly can. So you can see it's still a little bit soft on top.
Yep.
So we're just waiting now for it to just get a little bit firmer. And you can see, if you move the pan around, you can see any, you know, sort of loose egg that's still... So we have only put 2 eggs in, and 2 eggs is enough.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're having this for breakfast, you know, you can be getting ready or doing whatever you're doing, and this is in the pan.
Yeah.
So you don't have to...
Stand and watch it.
No. I mean, yes, be careful with it, but what I'm saying is you might think, well, actually I've got to dash out the door, but you're telling me this is easy to make. Well, the fact is, while your vegetables are doing just for a couple of minutes, you could be doing something else.
Yeah.
So I always incorporate other things. I'm not always stood at the cooker. I'm not going to let it burn, but you could even put it on a lower heat.
Yeah.
You know?
Give yourself more
it's
time.
common sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? Or, like I say, you can actually make them the night before.
I was going to say,
does.
your husband does, doesn't he? And so
Yeah.
he just literally come in, make this.
Yeah, he doesn't do the vegetable ones, but what he'll do is when he first comes in from work, because the cooker's on and everything else, he will then just knock himself in, well, he usually has 2 omelettes, and he'll put them into foil and he'll eat them the next day. So somebody could have this as part of their lunch with a salad.
Yeah.
So you could put it in one box and then you could have your salad in another. It's just so simple. You could do, So it can be breakfast, it can be lunch, or even I've done them for tea, but put extra bits in them.
To fill them out of them.
Yeah, if I felt like it. And when I was eating more meat, because my husband doesn't eat meat, I still eat some of it. You can put bits of ham in.
Yeah.
Or even chicken, or, you know, it doesn't have to just be vegetables. It's quite nice with chorizo in it, you know, or something like that. Anything smoky.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So now it's starting to move, look. So we know it's not stuck on the bottom. And it's just about, and I can just see where the white is here.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for that just a little bit now, and it's nearly cooked. And I know that some people put a little bit of water in sometimes to make it fluffier, or some people do add a little bit of milk. I just think if you don't need it, why?
Yeah.
Why put all the extra stuff in? It's like scrambled egg. I don't put milk in it anymore, but I used to always put milk in.
Yeah.
It was only when I stopped having it that I realised, why am I having that? And it tastes the same, actually. I don't.
It's not noticeable.
Yeah, I don't need it. But
Yeah.
it's all personal taste, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like my husband likes the mushroom omelette. Me, I don't know why, I'm just not so keen on mushrooms in an omelette. But that's, again, a personal thing. But he could just have mushrooms and onions sometimes, and he's more than happy with that. So if you're a fan of mushrooms, you know, put them in. Because a friend of mine was saying something about that in a curry, he doesn't miss the meat if he has the mushrooms in there.
Texture, perhaps?
I guess. And he doesn't cut them too thin, like quarters them rather.
Yeah.
So, and he said, you know, I don't miss meat when I've got mushrooms in. So maybe that would suit some people with this too.
Yeah, definitely.
But
that's
remember
the
that
key.
you're turning it over again,
Yeah.
you're probably better off slicing
Slicing
it. So,
But it's the key, isn't it? You know, with all of your clients, it's about adapting to them,
yeah,
because everybody's so individual.
yeah,
It's not a one size fits all. It's not a one diet fits all. It's not a one lifestyle fits all. Everybody is so unique,
yeah.
aren't they? And ultimately, that is the beauty of people. But I think we forget that when we go to mass clubs on weight loss, or we try the next fad diet, or we try the next smoothie diet, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's where people fail, because it doesn't suit them.
Yeah, and are you really prepared to continue with that through life? You
Yeah.
know? So now it's pretty much done. So I can see now it's firm on the top. When I move it around, I've not got any loose bits now. Fine. So I've chopped up some feta cheese. So one side we're going to layer it with feta cheese, and then we put the tomato on the top, and we are now going to just lift that side up and sandwich it.
Perfect.
And so, Amy Melon, we are now.
I am so ready for this. So this is like a running joke, because everybody loves Rosa's cooking. Everybody, without fail. And you do this all the time, don't you? The vegetable omelette.
Yeah, I love it.
So I was like, right, if we're in the kitchen.
But the thing is as well, is that you can use equally, instead of the tomato with the feta,
Yeah.
I love avocado. And it's a good fat. So it's, you know,
That's cool.
it's nice, isn't it? And so filling, but when you think, I mean, I don't talk calories because I just don't, they bore me. But
why would you talk
I've
calories?
but when you look at that, that's just really 2 eggs, vegetables, and there was a couple of slices of thin feta that I just chopped up. So,
But it's easy,
yeah,
convenient.
yeah,
You can save for later.
yeah.
Took 5 minutes. Really? If we weren't nattering all the way through that.
Yeah. I could have probably speeded it up a little bit, like I say. Yes, I could have done.
Yeah.
But yeah, on a whole, it's
Quite simple.
yeah. And it's nice with the herbs in. So, like, I know behind you is one of my basil plants and the other one's outside, but I usually would put something like chopped basil, or, you know, you could even put the fresh leaves in when you put the spinach in. You know, and you could let them go in there, because I like to use basil in salads even.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any herbs
Just
that you
simple.
have. Yeah,
Just simple. Things you already have in the cupboard.
yeah, and very easy to make, and not messy
No.
or anything like that. So going back, I would say to people that the first thing is clear out your cupboards.
Yeah.
Just spend a bit of time on clearing out any outdated stuff, any stuff that you don't think you're going to use, and a lot of your stodgy stuff that we all know intuitively what we don't need. Get rid of that. Go out and do a clean shop.
Yeah.
But when you're going out and doing a clean shop, think about what is doable for you.
Yeah,
what change can you make this week?
Yeah.
And it might be, well, do you know what? I'm going to cook one new recipe. It might be that you might feel that you could cook two, and that's okay. But don't overload yourself to start with. You don't need to overload yourself at any point, at any time. Just take it at your step, but you know that you're pulling back a little bit and deciding this is going to be a healthy lifestyle. It's not a diet. You're not restricted at all. You're just choosing different options.
And taking control.
Exactly. And I think that is the best way to go.
So I think next, if it's okay with you, we should go on to your smoothie because
All right.
I love this.
Okay.
Watch this. But it's also really good for people that maybe don't do breakfast like this.
Yeah.
Because I always make time for breakfast. That's something as a family we've always done, so it's part of my personal routine. But a lot of my friends don't.
Okay.
So I think we need to crack out that banana smoothie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Because it's just so easy, isn't it? And again, something you could make the night before.
Yeah.
And take control of an on-the-go breakfast if, you know, this isn't something you can achieve Monday maybe through to Friday.
Yeah.
So let's crack on with that.
Okay.
Okay, so we've literally just quickly paused because you don't need to hear the rattle of us getting everything ready. But we are back with the smoothie because we make this all the time.
Yeah.
As like our brain food almost. When we're busy working through, we always make sure we stop and take the time to break and have something like this. But really it's good for breakfast, it's good for...
Well, I like to be quite honest, it's good as a snack as well.
Yeah.
And you can use it in different ways. So it's not just about... today I'm doing it as a breakfast, so I'm adding oats into it. Normally we don't. We have it mid-morning instead of just a banana on its own, basically. But what I like about this recipe is that it's literally, there's nothing in it that's bad. Well, I don't believe in naughty foods anyway or bad, but it's healthy.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have as a change.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and
breaks it up, doesn't it?
It does. And where some people go wrong with smoothies is that you don't use any more than you would have. If you had a bowl of fruit and you was going to eat your fruit, don't use any more than you'd be able to eat, because people think, well, they'll chuck it all in, and I've been guilty of that.
Same.
And there is sugar in it. And I know it's good sugars in a way, but we still don't need more than we actually need. So be careful with it. And there's different sugar levels in different fruits as well. So, you know, today I'm going to do for the two of us. So, but normally, you know, obviously, so you're going to half this if it was one. And if I'm on the go and need to go somewhere, I could quickly rustle this up for breakfast.
Definitely.
And it's enough. Or sometimes I've had it before I've left in an afternoon to go to the gym. So, but don't, like I say, you know, even though this recipe is relatively healthy, and it is, don't add it into your day if you're already having a snack in between your meals. Because people get overloaded. Oh, I can have this and I can have that and I can have the other. And before they've known it, they're eating too much still. You know, that's not the point. So have this instead of a snack, you know, that you would normally have. And or have it as your breakfast.
We will put the recipe in the description so that you all can try it and let us know what you think as well, because we eat this all the time.
Sure.
So let us know what you think.
So what I'm going to do is, first off, I just want to say, I don't throw any bananas away ever. It's one of those cases that once they start to look as though they're going a little bit more brown, they are fantastic for breaking up, putting in a bag like I've done here, and pop it in the freezer. So I put in, I mean, I know that we share these sometimes, so I'll put in 2 bananas on some of them if they're not very big. Mostly I'll just put 1 banana per bag.
Yeah.
That way then, because I make all my own ice creams, and I make everything with banana, seriously. And it's great, but it's lower sugar than any other that you could probably purchase. So don't throw bananas away, even if they're looking really manky. They're at its best when you come to use, like for ice creams and smoothies. They're brilliant for it because the sugar starts to come out and it's good. So I have if you have it in freezing chunks like I have here, the thing is it's easier to blend.
Yes.
I've had lots of blenders and I've just gone back to my Bob basic blender because it's been very good for me. So fingers crossed it actually is going to do this today. So so all my chunks are going in, look.
Yeah.
I will just dispose of that bag for a moment. And then what I'm going to add in is I have Alpro milk and Alpro yogurt. So I've got about 2.5 tablespoons here. Remember, we're doubling up because we're having 2.
And use whatever you've got, as just what's your sugar content really, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's always plain yogurt.
Yeah. Because
if you start to go to your strawberries and your fruit ones, vanillas, coconut, they all contain usually more sugar.
Yeah.
So as much as they're lovely and people think, oh, this is great on fruit, the fact is you're doubling your sugars.
Yeah.
And it's not necessary. So everything that I have here is plain.
Yeah. But
So
it still tastes good. So we're not compromising on taste either.
not at all. It's just I don't have cows. I have a problem with dairy, so that's the only reason why. So I'm putting in some oats here. Now the thing is, I'm probably putting in about 20 grams for the 2 of us. I guesstimate there because I just poured it in and absorbed it.
This is how Rosa's cooks. She's just like, yeah.
And then I've got about 1.5 cups of milk. And someone stand by in case it just doesn't blend as smooth. So, and then what I've got here is some almond butter.
Yeah.
And you can put in peanut butter just the same. So again, I've put like 1.5 teaspoons as such, something like that. So then we put that in, and that is as easy as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm possibly going to need a bit more milk, but let's give it a whiz, and
so simple.
that's it. You don't need to add ice cubes.
Yes.
Because when you're having a smoothie, and especially in the nice weather, and I mean I like them in the winter as well to be nice and cool and refreshing. So if your banana's frozen, there's no need to add ice cubes in it.
No.
Because you've already got, it's already frozen. Yeah. It's already cold.
And that is as simple as it is. It's really not meant to be difficult or hard work, is it really?
No. So in the morning, while you're getting ready, and and you're dodging about the kitchen doing whatever you need to do, look how fast I whiz that up.
Yeah.
And that is it. So that's breakfast.
Thank you, my darling.
You could put it into one of your the cups.
Yeah.
We have, I mean, they're all the fashion at the moment, aren't they, and the rage. So you could put it in that, you could take it with you. The only thing is, it tastes better like this, because to be quite honest, you've got like the ice in it, because it's cold, because the banana was frozen. Once that starts to go, it's more like, I know smoothie's like a milkier drink anyway, but it's not quite the same. So you are better drinking it as it is. So
we love this. We have this all the time. So.
But how easy is it?
Simple.
Yeah.
Because that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going to make lifestyle changes, 1, they have to fit in.
Yeah.
2, as we've said already, you don't have to change everything immediately, because change is hard sometimes. And if it's going to be for the rest of your life, you don't have to rush it either.
Yeah.
It can just be gradual and simple and time efficient and healthy.
Yeah, I've been having smoothies right from me losing weight, so that's been the best part of 4 to 5 years now. And you know, I can have a phase where I don't have so many, but there's lots like my green juice and things like that I have that, you know, I've had vegetables in and all sorts of things as well. And I love them all, to be quite honest. You know, and most of the fruits I like. It's just knowing the combination of what to put in and being mindful. It's like if you put banana in and you're having, I don't know, say pineapple or strawberries that have also got a lot of sugar in, this is where people just load up and go totally wrong.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't want to scare people about that, but I just want you to think, well, don't sabotage your efforts. Just think, right, okay, you know, berries is a great one to use.
Yeah.
Really. So when I say berries, I'm talking blueberries, raspberries, you know, even blackberries. So, but blueberries are a really, really good staple. You know, you could even put a handful of spinach in first and then whiz them up. But I know we was mainly talking about this one today because I could go on forever about smoothies. So
and we probably will at some point.
That might be a separate
That will
one.
probably be a separate one, but it's the ease, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a lifestyle change, and you know, when we set about doing Ultimately You, what we wanted is to have these open discussions, and food is a massive part of everyone's life.
Yeah.
And it's time to get honest with food as well.
It is, and it's, you know, like you say, getting honest with food, it's about knowing that you can do this, and knowing that it is achievable, and you don't have to go all out like a bull in a china shop, that I've got to change this. And I know some people's personalities are all or nothing. They're either doing it or they're not. But if they're, like we said previously, cleaning out their cupboards anyway, thinking about a shopping list, thinking about, okay, well, I might be cooking lasagna this week, but I'm actually going to just do a smaller portion. Or I'm going to put less on my plate and I'm going to have a side salad with it or some vegetables, and change that a little bit. You know,
small changes.
It's absolutely massive on the grand scheme of things, because if you're doing that on a daily basis, that's a very big change.
Yeah, definitely. But it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Not at all, because you're not feeling restricted, you're still having your favourite foods.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you enjoy it, you see the weight coming off, you feel good about yourself, and then you're quite open, or become open, to start to try different foods. And when you start to try different foods, your taste buds start to change. And then I've never had such a passion about food as I have since I've lost weight. So I'm eating all the time, usually every 2 hours. But you see, everything's in moderation. And I love what I eat. Because I know what it's doing for me. I love the taste of it. You know.
You don't feel deprived. You're enjoying it.
And even though I love to cook, I'm actually spending less time in the kitchen.
Well, you don't spend hardly any time in here.
I don't, no. I am literally, because I'm one of these people with everything, it has to be quick, simple, else I'm not playing game. And so I am. And it's too much for me. So I like things that, okay, show me the simple way. I need to do this quick.
What's quick? What's easy?
I've got other things to do in my life. So yeah, I hope that's helped anyway.
Yes, me too. And we'll leave it here for now. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you have enjoyed this. As always, let us know what you think. But we will be back next week. So take care of yourself.